this evening is the Washington bureau chief for NBC News and the moderator of Meet the Press. Here's a look at what he does every Sunday morning.
What's their problem? They're saying...
Just ask them.
But they're saying you promised a Republican revolution. You promised to dismantle the welfare state. You promised to eliminate Commerce Department, education, HUD, energy. None of it's done. You're increasing government spending 30%. Why?
I think it's the enthusiasm with which you repeat their concerns that always makes the show interesting.
That's my job, equal opportunity.
Please welcome Tim Russert. You know, I was noticing, first of all, thanks very much for coming, but you look at that clip, it's getting a little tense in that situation. Has it ever gotten to physical violence, where you've been there with a Newt Gingrich or with someone else and you're really pushing their button and they take a swing at you or something, or it gets, it gets a little dodgy?
That clip there, I felt enthusiasm. I'll give you enthusiasm. Newt answered the question. You know?
Yeah.
But I had Ross Perot on one time, and it got very tense, and we finished the interview, and he ripped off his microphone, and he came and stood next to me, so we were about eye to eye.
You're still sitting at this
I'm still sitting in the chair.
Okay, you're in it. You're sitting on a chair in a ditch.
My ears are still back. My ears are back.
Right.
And he puts me in a headlock. He goes, I think you proved your manhood.
Wow.
I said, excuse me.
You should have just, pulled him over, you know? And then it would be great if a huge ninja fight ensued for like 20 minutes.
Heavyweights can't pick on midgets, you know.
Oh, but it gets, they were with you.
Midgets here tonight, huh?
Yeah.
The midget
I didn't tell you it was midget night here at the
PC?
show.
What a PC show.
Everyone gets in half free. What do you want? So, you know, and another thing happened. We had, a couple of days ago here on the program, we had Bob Dole.
Yeah.
And we have no responsibility on this show to ask any of the hard questions. So it was a surreal moment. He was great. He was very funny, by the way. We had a magician come out, and he was the assistant, Bob Dole, the guy who, was the Republican, nominee for president, was being the assistant to the magician doing the card tricks.
I like it.
And I thought, do you ever have that temptation where you wish, I wish I could have some of these guys on and do stunts with them, or get them to sit in a large bowl of guacamole, or throw stuff at them?
Get Al Gore to breathe. Exhale, Al. Exhale.
He'll try it. That's when he's president. He'll do it.
A little truth serum.
But what? No. But are you after him, by the way? Now are you Al Gore? We don't want to go down a long, serious road, but
actually, the president had the best line of the month, I believe, on this whole campaign fundraising nonsense. They asked him about his daughter going to college. He said, "I'm really brokenhearted. Chelsea's going off to college, but on the good side, on the plus side, it frees up another bedroom for fundraising." Not bad.
He has a sense of humor about
it. Not bad, huh?
I wish he had written that for us.
He may be available soon.
Well, I don't know. What, really? You think he's not going to get kicked out of office? Do you really think Whitewater's going to take off like that? I mean,
no. I think the campaign fundraising is much more serious. The whole notion of whether the Chinese government influenced our elections, corrupted our election, or whether someone here compromised national security could be real. Watch it. We'll break it here. We'll break it here first.
That is some promo you just did for your show. Our government could collapse and fail. Check it out Sunday. That's not bad. We can't do that here. Now, you do this show every Sunday morning. There must be, Sunday morning for everybody else is a time when you can just sleep in with old Cheetos on your chest, eating them up, and be a complete slob. Do you ever just wish that you could just say, I'm not going in today, I want to sleep in, I can't do it?
And be a complete slob?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this is a church-going audience. This audience doesn't sleep in. I can tell by listening to him. They're up Sunday morning.
Very religious midgets.
They're up.
Yeah.
But Sunday really is, for me, the highlight of the week, because it's a chance to sit there center stage and go one-on-one with Clinton or Gore or Perot or Gingrich or whatever. So I get up at 6 o'clock on Sunday while the world sleeps. But by 10:30, 11 o'clock, a fair number of people are up. And more as people of my generation waited longer to get married and have babies, guess what? They're up.
They're up in the morning. Well, that's what it saves our ass, too, because we find that people with strange ailments and with babies have to be up late at night watching TV, and that's what they, and prisoners in institutions. So
And we have a
huge core audience.
we actually have a big audience in L.A. at 7 a.m. Because people are in their second or third marriage or out of rehab and up early at 7. I mean, our kind of folks.
Well, let's talk about for 1 second some of the memorable moments. 50 years of Meet the Press. There must be some amazing footage there.
It's the longest running television program in the world. We're writing a book. And so I've been going through all the archives trying to find out different moments when people sparred a little bit or asked tough questions. Joe McCarthy, remember Tail Gunner Joe?
Sure.
The guy who said everyone was a communist practically in the world, came to the Meet the Press set, and we'd never heard about this before, sat down and pulled a gun out of his belt and put it on his thigh and would not leave the hall unless he could keep his gun, or would not give the interview, let's keep his gun on the thigh.
And that was for the whole interview, the
whole
time?
interview. And whether he was going to use it on the interviewer or on the audience or on himself, we never knew.
That would drastically affect the way I asked questions.
So we're going to find out.
Yeah, right now. Be a great TV moment, I tell you. I'd be sad, but also kind of happy about the rating. You know, wow. I got shot, but a lot of people watched. You're quite famous for, you used to work on the Today Show, is that correct?
I was the executive in charge of the Today Show.
You were the executive, and at that
Back
time,
in the golden years.
the golden days,
No.
and you actually were responsible for booking the Pope on that show, and it's kind of a famous story.
That's a big booking.
Yeah, getting the Pope.
I used to be an altar boy, but there's still a few steps in between.
Right.
But I went to Rome and was led into a hall about this size. It was empty but for myself. And suddenly the door opened, and there, dressed in white, was the Pope, which in my church is a very big deal.
Yeah.
And he approached me and said, you are the man from NBC named Timothy. And I said, don't ever forget this face. I mean, I'm your kind of guy. Trust me on this one.
Yeah.
But my mind quickly left NBC ratings and Brian Gumbel's career to the prospect of salvation.
Right.
And so I said, bless me, Father. And he said, they tell me you're an important man. And I said, well, Your Holiness, with all due and deep respect, there's only two of us in this room, and I'm a distant second. He put his hands on my shoulders, he looked me in the eyes and said, right.
He's the Pope.
I mean,
He knows.
he's the man.
He's a cocky Pope. All right. All right, we'll Meet the Press.
You will pay for that.
Yeah.
My son.
I'm going to hell for so many other things. It's too late. All right. Meet the Press is Sunday mornings. It's in its 50th year. And the Tim Russert Show, Saturday and Sunday on CNBC.
And this weekend's guest?
I believe it's me.
Conan O'Brien.
Unless I welch. But I'm doing it. I'll be there. Thanks very much for coming. Tim Russert, everybody. Uncle Radakovich is coming up. She'll talk about sex. Guess what? Coming up tomorrow night on this show, you got to check it out. Spike Lee is going to be with us. Also, very funny comedian Louis Anderson is going to be here. And crocodile hunter Steve Irwin will demonstrate what he does. That's some show. Check it out. We'll be right back with Anka Radakovich. We'll see you in a second.